Greetings, Ben Murray here with another edition of SaaS Metro School. Welcome. Today, talking discounting. So, this is addressing a student question in my private Slack community for my SaaS Metrics course, and question about discounts. And even when I was working first in software in the early 2000s, back in the on premise perpetual license maintenance days, we loved to discount software. Software just was synonymous with discounts, it was always offered. So, we have to be careful though with discounting because the student question was inquiring around discounting, and that does impact revenue. And then looking at the COGS section of their P&L, the student realized, well, our COGS doesn't change if we discount the software. So that impacts our gross profit. Yeah, so everything trickles down on the P&L. So we have less revenue, COGS doesn't change for the most part, and then we have depressed gross profit. So we have to be careful with discounting. And when we think about discounting policies and pricing controls, I like to put a framework in place. So it's not the wild west of software pricing in our SaaS company. So first, looking at approval levels for software discounting, maybe for example, the sales manager can approve up to 10% discounts. And then the VP of sales or CRO can approve up to 20% discounts. And then above that, it needs to come to either the CFO or CEO for approval. So the discounts are relative to your business. Maybe it's just 5% and then 10%, and then we need a higher level of approval. But I do recommend as you scale your business that we have pricing controls, we have discounting policies, and we have a pricing calculator in place as well. That is probably another episode, for how we generate pricing, especially in those enterprise contracts. But put in a framework for discounting approval levels, those thresholds that are reasonable for your business, and then above a certain threshold, it then goes to the CFO or CEO. Because as I was reviewing close one opportunities, and you see these 40% discounts, 50% discounts, of course, that doesn't always happen. But what is going on here? Why are we offering 50% discounts? And there was a very valid reason, but just want to understand the reasoning for that. So put in a framework, put in thresholds for who can approve what levels of discounts in your SaaS business so it's not the wild west of pricing and discounts. So that's the first thing. And then tracking discounts. Sometimes I see a discount revenue line on the SaaS P&L, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves is that we're posting gross revenue in one account and then discounts in another. And that's a whole nother episode again, because that's going to affect our metrics, how if we affect our manage our business. So discounting, I want to see tracked elsewhere, say in our CRM system, so we can see historical discounting if we ever need to pull that data. And then, of course, if we're discounting our software, that's going to impact our gross profit. We're going to have less revenue, but our COGS really isn't going to change if we discount our prices. Now, of course, there's sometimes third-party products embedded in our software where they take a cut of what we charge our customer. So, of course, in that scenario, maybe COGS will scale down with the pricing discount. But for the most part, our COGS doesn't change. So just a little bit of thought around here around pricing, around discounting controls, putting that framework in place, tracking discounts in your CRM system. And of course, it is going to impact your gross profit. So a little bit about discounting today. Thanks.